So Ty translated this message that he got, and it said this. Danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human. I know, creepy. Now there's also a series of numbers. When they put the numbers into Google Maps, it gave them coordinates, and the location it gave was very close to Malaysia. Now this location was also very close to where the Malaysian Flight 370 disappeared. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's go back to Ty. So he started tweeting direct messages that he was getting that were in other languages and also in Morse code. He took this message that he got in Indonesian and he translated it in Google, and it said, end the post you just shared about the recording on your phone. Then a bunch of people on Twitter started translating the Morse code, and they think it said, they are taking over April 18th, 2018. I know, that's what made people go fucking crazy. But it gets even weirder. So 3 days before this happened, Ty posted a tweet that said this. Okay, I am sitting in my car right in front of my house, and this guy started taking pictures of my house with flash. Then he walked away. It's 3 a.m. I'm going to die tonight. And then 3 days later, he got the voice message. All right, so let's go back to what we talked about earlier, which was the coordinates. So a girl on Twitter named Erin Mahoney tweeted this. Kinda close to the last place the Malaysia Flight 370 was when it lost primary radar contact. So if you don't remember, we've talked about it before. The disappearance of Flight 370 is one of the craziest things that's ever happened. In March of 2014, the Malaysian airline Flight 370 disappeared into thin air with 239 people on board. Now, when I say disappeared, I mean literally. After air control lost contact of the plane, we never saw them again. How does that happen? How does a huge plane with 239 people just vanish? Well, then somebody replied to Erin and they said this. What if you're hearing the black box recordings? If you don't know what black box recordings are, it's basically recording everything that's happening in the cockpit of the plane so that when a plane crashes or when a plane is hijacked, we have evidence of what went down. Now, how did that black box recording get to Ty's phone? Well, a Twitter account called Uzumaki said this. Black box records the last interactions with a plane. That's why it's an SOS and save our ship. It was trying to warn us. A black box also records flight information as well, which is why it gives coordinates. If these black box recordings match the voicemail, are you saying that Malaysian Flight 370 encountered something non-human? Yes, the message was saying to evacuate because they are not human. Something or someone on that plane wasn't